Hey guys, welcome to Tech Labs. I'm Bharat, and today we are going to look into a very interesting smartphone, a very budget-friendly smartphone, and that is the Samsung Galaxy M01. So the phone is priced around 7,499. So if you're someone who's on a very tight budget but need a phone for the time being, I feel like this phone might have your interest. So starting off with the box itself, you can see that the phone comes in this white box that shows all the features of the phone. The box is kind of small, and we can tell from the sides that it has nothing great going for it. Like there is only the basic things inside. Inside the box, we have the phone, obviously, the charging brick, and a USB cable for the charger. We do not get a free phone case or some wired headphones, which is a bummer. But hey, can't complain in this price range. Coming to the most important part of the review, which is the specs of the smartphone. The phone comes with a Snapdragon 439 chipset, which is a good chipset for the price range. Also comes with a 5.7 720p LCD display. To me, the display of the phone is one of the most important things, and I feel like Samsung has done a really good job in that regard. The phone has a 32 gigs of internal storage, and it is expandable up to 512 gigs of storage through a micro SD card. As far as the RAM is concerned, the phone comes with a 3GB DDR4 RAM, and I feel like there could have been a 4GB variant for the small price bump. But hey, this is a low usage phone, so 3 gigs is quite enough for most users. Next up, it's one of the most important, if not the most important specification of a smartphone in this price range, and that is the battery life. The phone comes with a 4000 mAh battery, which is one of the largest battery on a phone in this price range. This can easily be a 2-day phone for most people considering the low power usage of the CPU. So yeah, the battery life is something that you don't have to be concerned about in this phone. And now coming into the cameras of the phone, it is a dual lens setup on the back with a 13 megapixel f2.2 primary camera with a 2MP f2.4 depth sensor. The front camera is a 5 megapixel f2.4 camera. The phone also supports dual 4G SIM card, so that's a plus. And the phone runs on Android 10 with Samsung's One UI 2.0 on top of it, which is cool. Moving on, the phone comes with a 3.5mm headphone jack, which is really necessary for a phone in this price range because let's face it, if you're buying a phone of this price range, chances are we don't have any wireless headphones lying around our house. So yeah, we got the headphone jack, and that's a nice feature. So if you're wondering how the phone is charged, it's through a micro USB cable. And as much as I would have wanted to see a Type C charger port in this phone, considering the price range, I'm not going to complain about it. And I'm sure most people looking for a phone in this price range won't complain either. So yeah, a micro USB port for charging is all we get, and for wired data transfer. Now, let's talk about the battery. As I said previously, the battery life for a phone in this price range is one of the most important things. The 4000 mAh battery is absolutely great. The phone lasts for at least one day if it's put through some high usage. If not, then it's easily a 2-day battery. If you're someone that just checks Instagram or text on WhatsApp or go through some Twitter feed, this phone doesn't give you any headaches in terms of battery life. In fact, it's great for it. You can easily get a screen on time of about 8 to 9 hours, which is just absolutely bonkers and great. Now let's talk about the cameras in this phone. The phone comes with a 13 megapixel f2.2 main camera and a 2 megapixel depth sensing camera. I'm going to be honest with you here, these aren't the best cameras, and taking photos and videos are not the phone's best attributes. But if you give the phone enough light, it captures some decent photos. After all, the phone is priced below 10k, so keeping the price in mind, these aren't that bad. I compared the phone's camera with the flagship phone of the year 2019, that is the OnePlus 7T Pro, and you can see the difference in the photo quality clearly. In this first photo, we can understand that the sensor on this phone is not that big and there's a lot of noise as it struggles in sort of low light, whereas the OnePlus 7T Pro performs way better. The video coming out of this camera is also pretty decent. Nothing great, it should be sufficient for some occasional small clips. So yeah, that's it about the cameras. And so we've gone through all the specs and features of the Samsung Galaxy M01, and here are my overall thoughts about this phone. the thing I want to emphasize again about this phone is the price. The specs of this phone may not blow your mind, but considering the price range of this phone, and for the time being, this seems more and more of a sensible buy. If you're not someone who plays large title games on their phone and doesn't push it to the limits, this phone is great. As a battery life on it is absolutely great. The storage is something to keep an eye on because people tend to fill up their internal storage pretty quick, so it's better to have an external memory expansion for this phone. The speakers are okay, the display is solid, the cameras are decent, but a phone in this price range comes with a lot of bloatware. But fortunately, we can uninstall each of them. The number of pre installed apps on this phone is just crazy, but yeah, the ability to uninstall them is all good. So, yeah, those are my overall thoughts on this device, and I feel like this is a solid buy. Let me know in the comment section on what you think about this device, and also leave a like if you find the video useful. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you.